Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking a fascinating climb up one of the oldest, most beautiful, and honestly, most ubiquitous concepts in all of physics, the inclined plane. It's a shape you probably walk past every single day without a second thought. But hidden inside this humble little slope is an absolute treasure chest of science that connects ancient engineering, revolutionary experiments, and the very foundations of how our world actually moves. All right, here is our roadmap for the explainer. We'll start with 1, the hidden physics of ramps. Move to 2, the frictionless illusion. Tackle 3, the friction factor. Dive into 4, the rules of rolling. And wrap up with 5, a monumental simple machine. Let's get to it. Section 1, the hidden physics of ramps. Let's explore exactly what makes a simple slope so fundamentally crucial to understanding motion. So, by definition, an inclined plane is just a flat surface tilted somewhere between 0 degrees, which is perfectly flat, and 90 degrees, perfectly vertical. But what's really wild about this simple definition is that it covers virtually everything. A wheelchair ramp outside a hospital, a skateboard half-pipe, a truck bed tilted down to unload boxes, or even a winding mountain road. All of these, every single one, are just inclined planes in disguise. Now, you might wonder, why do physicists absolutely love ramps? Why do professors and textbooks obsess over such a humble shape? Well, the answer lies in a really elegant concept called vector splitting. You see, on a totally flat surface, gravity just presses straight down. Nothing very interesting happens. But the second you tilt that surface even slightly, you suddenly unlock a whole new layer of physics. Because an object obviously can't fall straight through the solid ramp, gravity is forced to split its efforts into 2 separate jobs. If we just tilt our mental coordinate system to match the ramp, we can see that one piece of gravity pulls the object down along the slope, while the other piece presses it perpendicularly straight into the surface. And that pressing force? It's perfectly balanced by what physicists call the normal force pushing back up. This single trick of splitting gravity is the foundational idea that literally everything else builds upon. Section 2, the frictionless illusion. Let's see how these forces behave when we imagine a perfectly icy, frictionless world. Okay, so it all boils down to this highly counterintuitive rule. If we completely remove friction from the equation, think of a puck floating on a tilted air hockey table, the acceleration of an object sliding down that ramp has absolutely nothing to do with its mass. So if you take a massive iron cannonball and a lightweight tennis ball and put them on the exact same frictionless ramp, they will slide down and arrive at the bottom at the exact same moment. The heavier mass definitely increases the downward pull, but it also increases the object's resistance to moving, which cancels itself out perfectly. Now, if you take that same frictionless ramp and tilt it all the way up to a perfectly vertical 90 degrees, the normal force completely vanishes. At that point, the object simply enters free fall, accelerating downward at 9.8 meters per second squared, which is the standard acceleration of gravity here on Earth. So every angle between flat and vertical basically just gives us a smooth, continuous transition right up to that 9.8 mark. Section 3, the friction factor. The real world is messy and full of jagged, microscopic edges, so let's introduce friction into the mix. At a microscopic level, even surfaces that look perfectly smooth are actually incredibly rough, giving us 2 types of friction to deal with. Static friction is the stubborn force that holds things completely still. It automatically adjusts its strength to match whatever force is pushing against it, up to a breaking point. Kinetic friction, on the other hand, is the resistance that takes over once sliding actually starts. And this is exactly why it takes a much harder push to finally break a heavy filing cabinet free and get it moving than it does to keep it sliding across the floor once it's already going. Which leads us to this beautiful concept called the angle of repose. Imagine you put a block on a board and slowly start tilting it. Eventually, you'll hit an exact, critical angle where the block just barely starts to slip. That's the angle of repose. Incredibly, it depends entirely on the specific materials touching each other, like wood on wood or rubber on steel. It completely ignores the object's weight. Kind of a game changer when you think about it. Section 4, the rules of rolling. Now, let's swap out those sliding blocks for rolling spheres and unlock a completely new dimension of physics. When things roll, they don't just move forward, they spin. And spinning takes energy. The amount of energy needed depends on something called the moment of inertia, which is really all about how mass is distributed. Because a hollow sphere has all of its mass concentrated way out at the edges, far from the center, it has a higher moment of inertia than a solid sphere. This means the hollow shape actually has to divert a much larger proportion of its available energy into just spinning, leaving less energy for actually moving forward down the ramp. This sets up a fascinating hierarchy, kind of like a physics track meet. If you race these common shapes down a ramp, the solid sphere wins every single time because its mass is packed the tightest to the center. The solid cylinder comes in second, the hollow sphere takes third, and the hollow hoop, think of a bicycle wheel rim, finishes dead last because its mass is entirely on the very outer edge. But here is the truly mind-blowing part of all this. Mass and radius literally do not matter in these races. It is purely about the geometric shape. Amazingly, a tiny solid glass marble and a massive solid bowling ball will tie perfectly in a race down the exact same ramp. It's a wildly counterintuitive visual, and it's exactly why professors love demonstrating it in lecture halls. Section 5. A monumental, simple machine. Let's step back from pure theory for a minute and look at how humans have actively exploited this simple geometry to build our civilization. In engineering, the inclined plane is firmly established as one of the 6 classical simple machines. But what's really incredible here is that 2 of the other machines on this list, wedges and screws, are actually just inclined planes cleverly disguised. A wedge is just 2 inclined planes placed back to back. And a screw? Well, that's simply an inclined plane wrapped helically around a cylinder. Watch how this idea scales through human history, from the ancient Egyptians using massive gently sloping ramps to haul multi-ton stone blocks up the pyramids of Giza, to Galileo in the 1600s using inclined planes to literally slow down gravity just enough so he could actually measure it. The ramp has been quietly central to human progress for millennia, straight through to modern civil engineering. Speaking of modern engineering, take a look at this highly specific number, 4.76 degrees. This is the maximum allowable slope for wheelchair ramps under the Americans with Disabilities Act. It's not arbitrary, it's a perfectly calculated angle that provides roughly 12 times the mechanical advantage over lifting something straight up. It makes it exactly the gentle slope needed to ascend comfortably using just human arm power. And that's the core of it. Whether you're loading a moving truck or winding a highway switchback up a steep mountain, the ramp performs a magical, undeniable physical trade-off. The inclined plane grants you the ability to use a much lower applied force, but precisely at the cost of a longer total journey. You don't get free energy, but you do get a task that human muscles and engines can actually accomplish. As we wrap up this explainer, I've got a challenge for you. Look around your immediate environment right now. Try to spot the door stops, the sloped edges of your kitchen knives, the threads on a light bulb. These hidden ramps are silently shaping your world every single day, applying the exact same beautiful physics we've explored today. Thank you so much for climbing the slope with me, and keep your eyes open for the physics hiding in plain sight.